Manchester United, PSG, the return fixture of this game. Manchester United looking to get through to the knockout stage of this competition, and a win will basically put Manchester United through as group winners in this group, which was seen as the group of death at the start of the group. And I'm really looking forward to the game, to be honest. Manchester United has started to win a few games lately and we've scored a few goals, so you've got to be looking forward to the match, even though it's going to be a difficult match. But PSG haven't really been in the best of form this season. They're certainly not in the Champions League, and even in the league they've been up and down. Although they are top of the French league, they've had some mixed results. At the start of the season they did lose a few games. They've drawn at the recent couple of games in the league, so they're not doing too clever this season, and the manager is coming under huge pressure there to get through to the knockout stage of the Champions League. And I don't know, but they've got to go for this game, to be honest, PSG, because Manchester United are above them in the group, and obviously only two teams going through, and if they lose this game they're going to then have to rely on Manchester United beating Leipzig to get through, and then to beat Istanbul in the last game, and to rely on they may even need to rely on Leipzig not beating Istanbul if Manchester United win this game. So we'll have to wait and see, but if Manchester United win this game, then it would give Manchester United the opportunity to rest players for that final game, if we do desire to do that. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to make wholesale changes going to Germany, but we don't want to be going to Germany needing a result. We really don't, because that is a real banana skin for Manchester United there. If we don't win this game or get a draw in this game, you're looking at Leipzig. They're near the top of the German league. Okay, we did beat them in the match a month or so ago, 5-0. But going to Germany would be a fucking difficult game. It really would. And I wouldn't fancy Manchester United's chances to get a draw there, the way we are up and down. So I don't really know how Solskjaer is going to line up for this encounter with PSG, because we do need to get a result in this one. We definitely need to get at least a draw out of this game. And with 2-1 Zabi out, I think the centre halves are limited, and I was thinking before that he could well go for the three at the back and almost making it a back five. But I'm looking around at who he could play at centre half. He's going to go for obviously Lindelof and Maguire as your centre halves, but I'm not too sure what the third centre half would be if he does go for one, because there's problems with Scott McTominay, who has played centre half for Scotland. Axel Tuanzebe is out through suspension. I don't know if Eric Bailly is fit enough to play this game. Obviously Jones isn't included in the squad and is always injured. Rojo's never around and I don't think was included in the squad either. So the only other option, if Scott McTominay and Bailly were out, would be Ted and Mengi, really, unless he put someone like Matic in as another centre half. I don't know, to go for three at the back, and then obviously Telles will be on one side. Who would he go for on the right hand side? Would he still go for Wan-Bissaka as the kind of wing back, or would he go for Dan James out there on that right hand side? It's a bit of a conundrum for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to make, but I wouldn't expect him. I think it would be a bit of a bold decision if he puts Ted and Mengi in from the start, because he hasn't even played at all this season for Manchester United's first team. He's been playing for the reserves occasionally. He probably will be in the squad because there's no 2-1 Zabi, but I think he's going to have to go for the back four. I just can't see, with the lack of centre halves at Manchester United at this moment in time, with the injuries, I can't really see how he's going to go for that. But he might do. I mean, you've even looking at, he's played Luke Shaw as a centre half before, and even Luke Shaw's out injured. So there is very few options actually in centre half. I mean, as I say, he could go for Matic there. That is an option, but providing he goes for the back four, it obviously will be the normal back four. Obviously Henderson will be in goal. Then it's going to be, his tried and trusted will be Fred. I'm not too sure, but he might go for a bit more defensive in this game, just to put a bit more steel in there. So it might be, I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, he will go for Fred. He'll probably have to go for Matic again if McTominay's out. I mean, unless he could put Van der Beek in again and go for the sort of diamond formation, but I'm not really sure whether he's going to do that. He could keep the same formation, but I would personally go for probably Fred, McTominay, Bruno Fernandes, and then the forward three of Cavani, Rashford and Greenwood. That's what I would go for. He's not going to probably put Greenwood out there. He may choose to go for the two up front and put the diamond formation again and put Van der Beek back in there. But I think one or two players will come out, because he doesn't. I don't think he would want to play Matic 2 games consecutively like that at his age. But if he's got to deputise in a centre half, then obviously we'll have to. But the options there are limited. I mean, there's probably no Paul Pogba again for Manchester United, as we said. Scott McTominay, that's 2 midfielders out of this game, so the options are a bit limited there. But we will have to wait and see. I'm really a bit confused at what sort of lineup he's going to go for. But when he addresses the media, I presume tomorrow, and gives the full update, he will say who is actually available for the game. I mean, Martial isn't actually ruled out of this game. I haven't really spoken about him being in the starting lineup, but he's apparently left the training ground this morning ill, so I highly doubt that he will feature in this game. So there's a lot of conundrums, and this is really where Solskjaer's going to earn his bacon in this game, with the conundrums of the formation and the players that are out injured and who's going to start this game. It really is. But I really do think in that forward position we've got to get Edinson Cavani starting again, like he did against Istanbul. He was dynamite at the weekend with 2 bullet headers. It's just your typical number 9, and as well as Greenwood is, and as fantastic a young striker as, or forward is Mason Greenwood, a lot of his goals have obviously been from shots from outside the box, great strikes from distance, and that he's not really the lethal he's not a lethal poacher or goal machine that obviously is Edinson Cavani. He's a different type of striker in my opinion, or a different wide forward if you want to call him that, when he's played out on the right hand side. So is Marcus Rashford, and so is Anthony Martial. So he really does offer something different. The only other option that we ever have in that number 9 position that offers something different was Odion Ighalo, but he's just been frozen out of the team completely. And obviously he's not really good enough to be starting week in, week out for Manchester United. We know that, and probably won't play for Manchester United again unless we seal the group off tonight. But he is the only other real true number 9 that Manchester United have actually got. But we've really got to keep an eye on some of these players. If we do play the 3 at the back and play the counter-attack football, we do still have to be wary of what PSG do offer going forward. We haven't really seen too much when Manchester United played these before. We didn't really see enough of Mbappe in the team. He was really in Axel Tuanzebe's pocket for most of that game, and obviously Neymar as well. We know how good both of them can be. We know how good Di Maria can be as well. So we've got to keep an eye on these players and try and get a result in this game. I'm confident going into this game on the back of recent results. But you know, Manchester United are more than capable of fucking this game up. We've been pretty poor at Old Trafford this season, but in the Champions League we have scored a decent amount of goals, and I'm hoping with the form of Bruno Fernandes and Edinson Cavani that Manchester United can get the job done in this game. I mean, it would be nice, as I said, to see that front 3 of Cavani, Rashford and Greenwood. I think that probably could be Manchester United going forward our best front 3. It is debatable with Martial as well, in and out, not really in the best of form, but I would like to see Greenwood given another opportunity up in that wide position to sort of continue to work his way out of this bad run of form and this lack of playing time for Manchester United. I think he needs to be played through it, because when Rashford's been poor, he's been allowed to be played through poor performances and poor patches in his Manchester United career this last year or so under Solskjaer. When he's been coming back from injuries, he's just played him until he started to produce again on the pitch, and I'd like to see that with Greenwood. We want to see sort of 3 or 4 games with Greenwood plays, to be honest, sort of 70-80 minutes. He's not really had that run of games, and yes, he did miss a very good chance in the recent game against Southampton, but I'd still like to see him played a bit more often, because that probably didn't do his confidence any good when he was taken off at half time, because to be honest, Rashford was just as poor, although he did assist for the winner in that game. There's no telling what would have happened if Greenwood had stayed on. Maybe we would have lost the game, but there's no telling, to be honest. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this particular game. How do you see Manchester United lining up? It is a real conundrum for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with injuries. Do you think the Manchester United will go with the diamond? Do you think we'll play with three attacking up front with maybe Bruno in behind? Or do you think we'll go with the 3 at the back? The three completely different formations for Manchester United. Solskjaer doesn't really stick to one formation much, so that is a good thing about him. He has been very flexible with his formation, and it can be a good thing to be a bit flexible when you're coming up against different opposition and different tests, and that could cause problems for the opposition. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, and the like button, and if you're watching this on Facebook, please do hit the share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.